Howard.
Don't throw this one.
Intercepted. He steps out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
As diverse as the running game has become in the NFL, there's still a place for the fullback position. And on that play, he gained nice yardage.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
Now it's Newton. And he's got Miller. And he is going to have the first down as he's up to his own 13-yard line. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down.
First and 10 at the 13.
So a little more space to work with here from the 13 on 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2. The tackle is made by Micah Hyde.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 15-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Newton nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Newton now to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Intended for Mike Gesicki. Incomplete. It's now 4th down.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. On the return, it's White.
Here we go.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Dolphins 7, Bills nothing.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 23 yards on the play. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. Just they move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
Here we go, G, get off the field.
From the 30 on second down. Allen nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Getting the sack, the 227-pound linebacker, Quan Alexander.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, that allows your blitzers to get there.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away.
At their own 20-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
At the 21-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hey, tighten down. There you go.
Throwing is Newton. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And that's caught inside the 35. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big play there for the Dolphins. 49 yards. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Newton now to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Here's Newton. Got his man there. It's Wallace complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw, Newton. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Mike Gesicki, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Sanders on for the extra point. good to make it 14-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
It's going to be a long day.
Alert, alert, alert. Here we go.
Now on 2nd and 13. Allen. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL.
56, Mike, 56. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Hey, Charlie.
6, Mike, 56, right there, right there.
That's 10.
6. Check, 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 check.
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Here's Bradley Pena now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Wow, evasive.
Make a miss.
12 yards on the return that time, and it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Great.
Here's Newton. Dancing to his left. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And the Bills have recovered. He had gained really good yardage, but that's what you tell your quarterbacks, right? Get down after you got the run.
You don't have to prove your toughness. You know, I think that's what a lot of coaches are trying to preach to their guys. Get the yardage, get down, protect the football, and protect yourself from extra hits as well.
And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3 at the 26-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
56, the mark, boys, 56. Check 56. How you getting the head? How you getting the head?
Allen going to throw. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes.
Set. Set.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long.
Pass 85, pass 85.
56. Mike, 56. Right there, 56. 65, 65. 65. Mike.
A final shot before half for Allen. Forced out to his left. He's got his man, Boyd. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out.
52. 52.
Throwing on 2nd down. Allen. And some room to roam now. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ed Oliver, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent. And the pressure gets to him again.
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that can be demoralizing for a team.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
8.
49 to Mike. Watch 49. Switch.
To throw is Newton. He's got this complete to Ryan Switzer. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Ryan Switzer, his 4th touchdown on the year. But the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Taylor. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now flags will come in. One of the Bills got going a little early. They were looking good on 2nd down, but now they're backed up 5 yards by the false start, and it's 2nd and 8. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To the air, Allen. He completes it to Boyd. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo 1st down.
19.
Check 56. You.
What's that?
56, Mike, 56.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
The 1st down carry here for Johnson. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Allen. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Steps away. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down.
Gotta love the catch. I think you got to love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing. But I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
Eluding the pressure right. He'll take a shot for the end zone, and that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Yeah, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
They'll get this out wide to Boyd. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit, and that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions, even when you're taking some hits. Sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions, step up, and make those throws, and he did that.
That one goes for 8 yards.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that
run. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. Zay Jones was the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Allen going to throw again. Wide open receiver complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. The Bills passing game getting him down the field. They've got another 1st down. To throw, it's Allen. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain.
Me and you all day. All day. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. 52.
Allen taking it himself, and I don't think he got in. The big bodies up front held him at the 1. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a third down. Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Back now in Miami. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal?
Check 52. Alert.
They'll run it with Johnson. Yeah, boy, from up here, I don't think Johnson got there. No, he did not. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. Now, a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. It's the fullback. His first touchdown on the year. And the Bills cut into that lead. And, Charles, maybe that's one they had dialed up. Hey, if we're in a 4th and goal situation, we're going to our muscle.
And you can feel the boom, boom, boom all the way up here where we sit. The earth was shaking, and he found his way into the end zone.
Yeah, but that's such a great guy to have around the goal line, isn't it?
Indeed it is. It's a great extra dimension to add to your offense. When you can finish things with power, that's hard for a defense to deal with.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there of playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Big stop, G. Big stop.
They fake the give. Newton. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. They run with Washington. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. Newton to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 24-yard line. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
On first, here's Washington. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be second and 12. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's second and 12. Now it's Newton here off the bootleg. Blitz coming, and down he goes. That's a cornerback in for the sack, Tre'Davious White. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Now Newton. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The completion good for 3, and it's second down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. Allen will look to throw for it on fourth. And able to find Deshaun Hamilton complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 18 on that one as the Bills are going to have a first down. Allen now 9 of 17 through the air. Not a great percentage, but it is first and 10. And now a shot into coverage downfield is complete. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Allen. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Lutz will look to add the extra point.
Will Lutz lining up for the point after.
It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. So a 7-point game. They'll need a recovery, the touchdown, and an extra point to tie. And this one travels out of bounds. So unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Now it's Newton. Going long here for Wallace. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A big play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage.
Well, that is certainly a deflator right there defensively. Their guys just came off of a touchdown drive. They're back in the game, and then bam, they give up a touchdown 1 play later. How about that?
And the momentum, which seemingly had shifted the other direction, thought we might be seeing a comeback. That momentum right back the other way.
Well, that is certainly not complimentary football that we saw right there. The defense is supposed to help their offense, not give up another touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Solomon Thomas in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Grady Jarrett making his presence felt. He gets the sack.
Recon, 132.
Allen going to go on 4th down. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Miami, it's a 10th win on the year as they move to 10-3. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Bills, they drop their 7th game on the year. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.